Hey guys, Matthew here. In this video, I want to talk you through the rotate command. So there's two of them technically, and the rotate command works like every other command we've seen so far in RHINO, in which the words for it are the actual commands. So I'm going to draw a line first, because to rotate something, because it's a transform, I need to have a thing. So the thing we're going to work with is a line. I'm going to type 5 to make sure it's 5 units long, and hold down Shift. So now I've got my line. It's 5 units long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going along the y-axis. So now I'm going to type in rotate, and when I type in rotate, you'll notice that I can rotate a whole bunch of things, but in this video we're going to look at the two most important ones, which is rotate and rotate 3D. So I'm going to click on rotate, and it's going to ask me to select the objects to rotate. So I'm going to select it, and then it will ask me for the center of rotation. So at this point, it's important to realize about something called overloading, which is if I give it a particular set of information to begin with, the algorithm's kind of intelligent enough to know what I'm doing. So if I already had the line selected and typed rotate, it would ask me for the center of rotation straight away. If I have nothing selected and type rotate, it will ask me to select the objects to rotate, and then the center of rotation after I enter through that. So be aware that, if you're following along in these videos at any point and your command line doesn't look exactly the same as mine, just check to see if it's asking you to select an object first to then get to where I am. So selecting my object, and it's asking me for a center of rotation. So I'm going to put the center of rotation here at the start of the line at 0, 0, 0. And it's going to ask me for an angle or first reference point. So first let's look at this angle thing. So I'm going to type in 45 and press enter, and the line will have rotated 45 degrees. So to check that, I'm going to draw a new line from here that's 5 units long, and I'm going to use a command called angle, A-N-G-L-E, to check the angle. So angle is a query command. So I'm going to click that. It will ask me for the start of the first line. So I'm going to click 0, 0, 0. Then the end of the first line. I'm going to click the end of the first line. Then it'll ask me for the start of the second line and the end of the second line. So I'm going to choose the end point of the 45 degree line. Just check that it's 45 degrees, and it prints out 45.000. So that's pretty sweet. We know that that line is 45 degrees from the y-axis. So say I've got another line, right, that is here. So I don't know what that angle is, right? And if I typed angle to find out what it is, got to draw the second line. There we go. Okay, I stuffed that up completely. My bad. I'll do it again. So the first line, done. Second line, done. So what's it printing out? It's printing out 15.793. So I could tell you from experience as well that the probability of that being exactly 15.793 is fairly low. That it's close to that, but it's probably got a whole bunch of other numbers after that I can't see. So this is where the other mode of rotation comes in. So say I want, for example, this line to be aligned with this line, but still 5 units long. I could rotate it and choose the center of rotation to be the end point here. And instead of using this angle thing, I could select a reference point. So in this instance, I would choose the reference point to be the end of the line, and then it will ask me to choose a second reference point. So effectively, I'm just saying rotate from here to wherever. So if I clicked here, it would rotate at 45 degrees, and if I clicked at the end of this line, it would rotate it to be in line with that line. So that's the way to do rotate, the rotate command. Now, if I double-click on perspective and come to, say, another view here. So I'm going to draw a line in the perspective view, 5 units along the x-axis. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to click on the word front here. So now I'm clearly in the front view. I'll double-click on that so we know where we are. And if I rotate by 45 degrees, you'll notice that I'm now actually rotating in the front view's C-plane. So now that line is 45 degrees up from the x-axis. So rotate works entirely. Rotate is entirely dependent upon the C-plane of the view you are in. So that is quite useful when you're working in 2D, but in 3D it becomes a little bit tiresome. So I'm going to quickly delete all this, and I'm going to show you the other one, which is rotate 3D. So what the C-plane is doing